Hey guys, welcome to my channel and today's video how to give this dresser a makeover. Start by removing the knobs or the pulls. Then what I do usually, because sometimes I spray my pieces, I just put a piece of tape in the bag so nothing will leak to the drawer. Using TSP and brush to clean all the details on this piece, then I'm gonna see if it has any damage, like if I have to use a wood glue or wood filler to make it, look perfect when I paint it. And I'll be doing this process to the entire piece. It's got a 9 drawers dresser with a triple mirror. After cleaning the piece and checking if there is any damage to it, I don't find anything, so it's time to sand it down because the top coat on this dresser was a bit shiny and I wanted my piece or my paint to stick to it. Of course, for this type of pieces that I'm gonna paint, not stain, I prefer to do hand sanding. It's very light and faster than the sanding machine. And this is after I sanded the whole piece. And again, I'm gonna clean it with TSP, then I'm gonna clean it with water so my piece can be ready to be painted. And now my piece is ready to be primed. I'm using an oil-based primer. This time I'm gonna use a white one since I'm out of gray, but my brush still has a little bit gray in it. That's a lot, not a little bit. But anyway, I'm just dipping it in mineral spirits. I'm gonna try to clean as much as I can from it, and then I'm gonna prime my piece. Before I start using my primer, this is new can. I like to make a small hole on top in case of any prime since it's oil based, so it's kind of messy and I don't want it to dry on top, so I can close it really well after I'm done. So if there is any primer on top, it will drain back to the can from that hole. Then mix your primer really good to make sure that all the oil is mixed together, not on top. Anyway, this is the oil base I'm using. It's a Zinsser cover stain. Now I start priming my piece. I'm gonna give it kind of medium thickness, if I want to say that. So if it's light, I'm gonna have to give it another coat, and if it's thick, it's gonna show on my results, kinda really will show. So after I'm done with this coat, I'm gonna give it, of course, only one coat. Then I'm gonna give it a very light sanding so I get rid of anything stuck on the top or the brush marks. I let my primer dry for 24 hours. So I started painting using a brush, and I noticed like my color is too light since I'm using a water-based color. It's by Valspar. I was like, uh-oh, this is too light and it's gonna need at least 3-4 coats. So I was like, be patient, maybe it will dry fast, but nope. I reached till the middle after like more than a middle, and I noticed it's still too light. So I noticed I wanted to use my sprayer. I'm using a Wagner sprayer this time. And look at the difference between the brush and the sprayer. You guys, and it was so fast, of course. So, that's a lesson. I'm probably gonna keep using my sprayer for most of my projects if it was one color. It's really been a while I didn't use this sprayer. I don't know why. Last time I used it probably a year ago, but it was doing great. It was giving me very smooth coverage on my piece. It's not like doesn't leave any chunk of paint or through chunks. Some sprayers they do that, and no, this one, if you see, it was smooth. I loved it. I gave it 3 coats. I did sand in between coats. No, I'm sorry, I gave it 2 coats. And I did sand between the coats. I'll show you what I found. I found kind of some hairy stuff on top, or probably it's from my brush, but it was perfect. Here what happened, okay, there's a tube, or kind of sucks the paint inside my container. The white container into the sprayer. That was on the opposite side, it's kind of headed out. So when I put my sprayer a little bit down, all the paint will be down, settling down, and it will not be sucked by that tube. That's what happened here. That's why I kept shaking it, and I don't want to open it because it's going to be full of paint and it's going to be really messy. Anyway, I tried to work it out till I, let it dry for the second coat. It was a little bit easier than that for the top part. Here I finished the first coat, and if you notice that I already sanded in the middle because I noticed that it wasn't smooth enough, maybe from the stuff I found, or it could be from the primer. So I gave it a very light sanding. I cleaned it. I gave it another coat. Now it's time to put some stamps. And now let's give it some stamps. I'm using re.design with Prima stamps this time. I love the flowers on this stamp. It has almost 12 different designs with a lot of leaves too. So the leaf has different directions, some of them to the right, some of them, the shape of it like it's going to the right, and some going to the left a little bit, so you can put it where you want it to be, or based on the design you're gonna use it on. I used 2 colors, the gold metallic one and the black I'm sorry, not re.design with Prima, by Country Chic Paint. See, it has like this tiny flower. I'm adding a little bit, not a lot. See, only here. That's what I'm adding, a little bit. See, I'm using a regular paint, and oopsie, that's the first accent. I'm using a regular paint on it, and it's actually really, I love it. All I'm doing is using my roller. It's a rubber roller. You can order it from Amazon. The link gonna be in the back. And I'm adding randomly. I don't want it to be perfect. This is my style. I want it to be random, even it's not gonna print, but I love the way it's showing. If you see that, the whole details, you can see it. not showing here, I didn't press it all the way. Just add this flower. So these stamps is by Re.design with Prima. Using a regular paint, this country chic paint, color licorice, which is black. And trying to get as much less paint on my rubber so it just doesn't make it messy. Roll it, cover the details. They have ink you can use instead of paint, but right now I'm using paint. There you go. Just gonna add it here. There you go. I can see the details. I don't know if you guys can see it. Again, I don't press hard. So the reason why I don't record while I'm working, because I feel it's too slow and my voice is not really clear. That's why I prefer to record my voice after I record my whole process, or the painting the piece process, that's what I mean. And now I'm just doing the other side. I'm gonna do it fast. I did what I like about the stamps is you guys can keep it, use it on other projects, different projects. They will last forever, if you really take care of it. And the paint, after you're done, it will get dry. You can just peel it, or clean it with water. So as I said, I use the same on the sides and the drawers. So last thing, the mirror. I told you it comes with a dresser. It's triple mirror. I don't usually cover or tape my mirrors because it takes a lot of time and a lot of tape. So after I'm done painting my piece or the frame, all I do is spray it with water, let it soak a little bit for a minute, then use a scraper and all the paint will come out and it will be clean too. And for my details, I use Dimond Dust Decor Wax. And I'm using Re.design with Prima brush. All I have to do is just apply it on the details so they can pop a little bit. With that, my piece was done. Of course, I protected my piece with water-based polyacrylic. If you see, it's you see my hand's reflection on it. Yeah, the wax was the last step. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that and I appreciate your support. Thank you.